Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping into Rollercoin, and finally we've got some good news. Yes, we're going to be looking at their latest platform update, so keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments, and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so as you can see, we're here in Rollercoin, and like I say, there has been a new platform update that we're going to be looking into in detail, and I'm going to be talking about what I think of it as well. But before we get into that, let's quickly run through the numbers. It's been 4 days since the last time we did a video on Rollercoin, and 4 days ago our HP, which is this number right here, that was 307.3 petahashes. You can now see we're at 313 petahashes, so that's actually a gain of over 6 petahashes in 4 days. I'm going to be telling you how I've done that. And also our bonus 4 days ago was 295.4%. It's now 298.43%. So now obviously 6 petahash in 4 days is quite a jump, but it's what I've been talking about for quite a while, guys. It all comes down to bonus. I haven't really picked up anything from the season pass in that 4 days, but what I did do, if we go into, I think it's room 2 here, this miner right here, if we click on that, obviously this is sort of how some of the new update works. So if we click on that, you can see this is the miner that I've picked up, which is the home run hasher, less than a petahash, but it gives a 3% bonus. Now obviously that 3% being added to the original 295 is what's taken us up to 298, but just by adding that and with the bonus that I've already got, so we've got a miner that's worth less than a petahash, but because of the bonus it gives and the bonus we already got, it actually equated to an overall power jump of 6 petahash, which this is what I've been trying to say to you guys, and I know a lot of you sort of don't necessarily believe me, or obviously everybody does it their own way, and I've not got any qualms with that. You guys do it your way, but I just like to try and bring this information to give you sort of my viewpoint, and maybe for you to see stuff or understand stuff that you kind of think, yeah, well, okay, that actually is starting to make a difference. And like I say, that one miner that cost me, like, I don't know, I think it was like 20 RLT or 30 RLT or something like that. But I've gained 6 petahash, because like I say, we were at 307, we're now at 313. That is a gain of over 6 petahash, and it cost me like 30 RLT. So anyway, I just really wanted to point that out and show that to you, because for me, like, this way of doing it, I see is gonna just start increasing and increasing. So anyway, I'll leave that with you guys. You make up your minds, and put a comment down below in the post. It's always great to hear from you guys. Anyway, we are going to now move on with the update. Now the update is obviously to the items panel, and essentially how the whole like your rooms work, your racks work, all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. Hey there, rollers. Hey there, rollers. This important update is finally here. We gladly present rework for the room and how arranging the items will work in the upcoming updates. Get yourself something cold to drink and let's get to it. Summary. New slick item UI UX, different for PC and mobile. Now, I think the way it works on the mobile is a little bit more complicated. I mean, basically it works sort of, basically you get the same features, but because when you're looking at it on a mobile phone, I think it's a little bit more difficult to use, but it's still a good update. You know what I mean? So new room items panel features. Okay, so fresh UI UX for items panel. We've been working hard to bring this important upgrade to enhance your experience. Now the process of rearranging items and managing rooms will be smoother than ever. Also, there's great news for mobile players. We're creating different flows for PC and mobile to guarantee an optimal experience, no matter the device you are using. Okay, so new rooms items panel features. We're happy to introduce a new refreshed set of tools to significantly ease your life while arranging the room. The list is the following: separate tabs for racks and miners, convenient display for identical items. Only one item will be displayed in the panel. You'll see the number of copies you have on top. So basically, obviously in your box you'll have your miner, and then in one of the corners you'll have the number, and that will represent how many of those miners you actually hold. Display of item parameters. You'll be able to view the power and bonus without placing the item in the room. Refreshed search system. You now have convenient filters to sort your items by power, bonus, rarity, and size. You can find a specific miner by its name, so obviously there's a search facility in there. You can sort miners by power and bonus range. New information menu where all the needed numbers are visible. Possibility to remove all miners from the rack or the whole shelf at once. New auto set features with the ability to remove all items from the room. So the next thing, so this is PC version. So as you can see, if we go back to mine, so obviously we're working on a PC, and you'll see that basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms, so I've got the maximum amount of rooms, and now to flick through them is really easy. Now the one thing I do like about this is on the original version, we used to have those little circles that ran down the side of the room. But the problem was, if you were on a mobile, sometimes trying to get your thumb on that circle to try and select the room could be a bit of a nightmare. You're like, you're there for about 10 minutes just doing this, trying to click the circle that you want. But now, because you've got the numbers, and this is pretty much the same for mobiles, you can just literally simply dead easily click on them, and then obviously get the room you want, and then obviously to do what you want to do, you can just click in there, go to edit, and then obviously you can start then sorting out your racks and stuff like that. But obviously we'll go through that through the update now. Okay, so PC version. The PC version, you can interact with the entire room as before. That is, you can drag racks and miners to any slot. To enter item placement mode, simply click on the edit button. That's what the room looks like now. So general overview. So obviously that's what we're just looking at in my room. And then it says here, so edit mode. So this is where obviously I quickly clicked into. So you would click on the edit button that is at the top right hand of your room, where so basically the edit button in the general view will be next to the auto set button, And then basically what you've got is you've got these various different parameters that you can sort of select from. So obviously your different rarities, you can select the cells, like if you're looking for a particular, so whether it be 2 cells or 1 cells miner and all that kind of stuff, you can do that in the edit mode, which is like what I showed you earlier. So we'd click on that, and then obviously what you can do is then you can click on each panel using the cog, and then obviously you can click edit. And then the nice thing, this is something I do like, is that you can look at your racks as an entirety, and you can see there that obviously on the top shelf we've got that miner, and then you can see their bonus level and all that kind of stuff. And then you can unmount miners, you can unmount racks. I mean, to basically get the real optimal and probably best setup from this, what you'd probably want to do is actually remove every miner. And so, I mean, obviously this is based on that you have, say you've got, like me, I've got loads of 5% racks. I've got some 6% racks, and then I've also got a load of just like the regular racks. So if you wanted to sort your room out or your rooms out optimally, what you could do is remove all your miners, all of your racks. You could do that in every single room, and then basically go into your racks section and then click auto set, and it should essentially put all of your best racks in your first room, and then your next best racks in your next room, blah 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 blah, until you get to about the 4th room like I've got. And then you're going to have a lot of like mix, because I would have some of my regular racks in there, which I'm trying to get rid of. And then I've got some, I'd probably have the rest of 5% miners. But your 6% miners, 6% racks, essentially should end up in your first room. Then it would go to your second room being 5% racks. Then into your third room, if you've got enough, that'd still be 5% racks. Then in my 4th room, I would have 5% racks, and then a mix of old regular racks, which I'm trying to get rid of. And then once you've done that, then what you can do is go auto set on your miners, and then it will put all your miners back from highest power to lowest power through your rooms as well. But obviously, like I say, you know, that's a real rough summary. So let's really look at how it is going to work, or, you know, how they've described it to be working. So now you can easily pick the room you're interested in, tweaking right from there. Plus there's handy menu at the bottom where you can select specific racks and miners. There are a bunch of awesome filters too to make it smooth to work with. Okay, so here's something neat to note now. If there are multiple miners of the same kind in your stock, the display will only show one of them at a time. But don't worry, you won't lose track of how many you've got. Just glance at the top right corner and you'll see the count. So obviously what they mentioned earlier. Also, you can now edit specific racks. So yeah, so they've like sort of like you can sort of do a sort of overview that, and then you can sort of, in the sense of an overview, edit, and then but then you can get really down into the nitty gritty as well as to, you know, exactly how you want things, you know, based on rarity and bonus and power and all that kind of stuff. So like I say, that I think that you know, at the moment I've only used it briefly, but it does seem to be quite good. Okay, so this is going to be your editing. So it says here, in the new menu, you can remove everything at once or all miners, replace miners, swap miners, place with each other, check all of the metrics at once, bonus and power, scroll and choose to edit other rack setups. Pretty handy, right? And I do agree, that is pretty handy, because especially when you've got multiple rooms, and you always want to try and have the optimal setup. after a while, when you're ending up with so many miners, it gets a bit arduous. It gets a real task. But now, obviously, you can just sort of do it at a few clicks of a button. Okay, so this is the mobile version. You can see, obviously, you have less room in the sense of sort of what you're basically just scrolling through your screen a bit more, as opposed to, obviously, because of the PC, you've just got PC screen, you've just got a lot more visible. So it says here, mobile version shares the same set of new features, but the room customization flow is completely different. Now, on the mobile device, you can open a typical menu where you can see all installed racks with miners, as well as available slots. You can choose a certain slot and set the rack and the miner. So the new mobile flow for setting up items will look like this. Choose the room in the inventory and click add. So obviously there you can see on the left hand side, you can see the racks with the miners, and then on the right hand side you've got some empty slots and they say add next to them. And then obviously at the top you've got room 1, room 2, and stuff like that. So it is very, very similar, but obviously the customization is different according to Rollercoin. So it says here, in the racks section, you have to choose the rack you want. Filters can be applied to find them easier. And so you can see there where it's got at the top, you've got racks, you've got miners, and you've got info. And then obviously also as well, you can see what racks you've got, the number in the top right corner of each rack, how many you've got, and stuff like that. And obviously the screen for the miners, when it comes to multiple miners, is going to be basically the same. It says here, then in the miners section, you can choose your machines. Filter will help. You can find them quicker and set them up in the most efficient way possible. Like I said, obviously there you go, you've got your miners, and then the top right corner of each miner you've got a number, so you know exactly how many miners you have. It says here, okay, so when all is set and done, you can see the numbers clearly both for racks and miners, and you will still, and you still can remove all miners from the shelf at once and rearrange them again. And then it says so all the figures and arrangement sequences are now out in the open, and you can effortlessly tweak to your liking. Plus the tabbed submenus with filters makes finding the items you need a breeze. That's all. So that's all for now. But great updates are coming soon, so more great updates are coming soon. Meanwhile, it's time to try the new update for yourself, so don't wait any longer. Your racks and miners are waiting to be set. So obviously recently I have sort of been very much down on Rollercoin because of everything that happened in the past, or seemed to be going on in the past with those Imperial miners. But, obviously I'm not, that's still there. And I still would say at the moment, don't invest in this platform, because I'm not really sure what is going on with that sale. I still find that very bizarre and still a massive red flag. So I would still, for those of you out there, I would just still say, do not invest any more money into this platform. If you want to start using it, do so as a free player, but just be aware, like I say, I just don't invest basically. But I will say that it is nice to see that they have finally brought this items panel update and sort of rooms update finally to the platform. I think they've actually done a good job with it. I've only used it for, basically what I used it for was to arrange my room 4, because I still had a lot of stuff that was in my items panel that I hadn't got around to putting on racks. So basically I just clicked I basically selected this room, clicked auto set, and then it basically just brought a lot of the miners that were in my items panel, or my old items panel, and put them on the racks. So that feature does work. The only thing I did find is, because like I was saying earlier, I have in this room, I have a real mix of racks. So I've got like 5% racks. I've got, I think I've got at least one 6% rack in here. And because of that, it just, when you auto rearrange it, because you've got a mix of racks, it just sort of just banged my miners sort of on any rack it appeared. So I still sort of had to move, like I had to move a couple of these 2 miners, because these 2 miners ended up on a regular rack, and I just moved them on to, I think this is a 6% rack. So let's scroll down, just click there. Yeah, so that's a 6% rack. So I just moved them onto a 6% rack instead of having them on just a regular rack. But obviously, if you have all the same racks throughout every room and stuff like that, it will obviously work a lot better. You won't have to move so much. But I do like it. I think the fact that, I mean, their original auto set button, that was just, I just don't think that worked very well. But because they've now given so many more features to this update, I think it works a lot better. I do think it will make your life a lot easier. And like I say, I do think that you could quite easily gain a few sort of terahash, petahash, depending on the size of your miners, by simply removing everything, putting all your racks back in, and then doing a sort of auto set by power, and then it will just basically give you the most optimal setup for each room. And obviously by doing that, you could end up gaining power, because you might have some racks that essentially should be on, like 5% racks, but because you may have missed them because you've got so many miners, they're actually still sitting on a regular rack and you're not getting the most from them. So like I say, I would just say have a bit of a play around with it. See what works. Make sure that you're keeping an eye on your power that is right there. If all of a sudden from you changing a room around, you've gained 1 or 2 petahash, then you'll be like, right, wow, okay, that's brilliant, and then maybe just leave it at that and then move on to the next room, and just sort of do it like that. But like I say, I do think you'll find it handy, this update. And obviously any sort of comments that you might have about the update, just post below the video. It's always great to hear your feedback, what you think, and that's it. So and obviously, if you have any questions about Rollercoin, about sort of things that have what is going on and stuff like that, or how to use the site or anything like that, also put them below the video, and obviously I'll answer any questions as fast as I possibly can. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found that helpful and informative. And if you can, smash that like button, please. It really does support my channel, which then helps me make more content to help you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.